Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brando with Brando Sports World here, and we are on team number 96 of 100 of our top 100 college football teams of the 2022 football season. Today's team at number 96 is Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders. Um, we, I think the record last year in 2021 was 7-6, so they did make it to a bowl game. Had an okay season, but obviously they want to get some more wins this year. So going into the first week, they are playing an away game. It is James Madison. That is an away game. I don't know much about James Madison, but I know that Middle Tennessee State should be able to take care of those guys. And so their first record will be 1-0 in week 1. Heading into week 2, it is against Colorado State. It is an away game in Fort Collins. I think this will be a close game. Looking into the second half, it'll probably be pretty close. But I do think that Middle Tennessee State will pull off the upset away from home and go 2-0. So starting out, they are Road Warriors, and they go to that 2-0 record heading into week 3. Heading into week 3, they are playing against Tennessee State. That seems like another winnable game for Middle Tennessee State. So starting out the year, they are going to go 3-0, halfway to getting to a bowl already. Going into week 4, things dramatically shift. They are playing an away game, so that is going to be detrimental to them because it's in Miami. Now, Miami doesn't fill the stands up. Their fans don't, and they probably won't for this game either because it's not a very big game. But I still think Miami, Florida, that's a recruiting hotbed. They have good opportunity to kind of control the tempo, control everything. From the very beginning of the snap, I think that Miami should handle this pretty easily, and that will be Middle Tennessee State's first loss of the year. That'll make them 3-1. Heading into week 5, they play University of Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners. That's actually a sneaky team that I've watched for the last several years. Ironically, we were just talking about Miami. Their old coach, his name escapes me at the moment, but he was coaching them for a little while, and I don't believe he is at this point. But yeah, I was kind of drawn into UTSA for that reason, because of his success that he had at Miami, and they had quite a dynamic offense. Anyways, UTSA overperformed last year, and this is a home game for Middle Tennessee State, so that should do them some favors. I think this game might be probably pretty close in the first quarter or so, but I do think that UTSA will pull off the win here, and that will give Middle Tennessee State another loss, going 3-2 with these last 2 games being losses. Heading into week 6, it is an away game against UAB. UAB is the notorious team that did lose its football program a couple years ago. I was kind of, I shouldn't say I was devastated. I was kind of disappointed about that. UAB Blazers, it's a cool mascot. It's an interesting team. Obviously, kind of a hotbed in Alabama, Birmingham area. So they do get some pretty solid recruits. I think that Middle Tennessee State will struggle in this game. I think that it might be close again in the first quarter or so, but I think UAB has had more recent success than them, and I do think for that reason I'm going to give Middle Tennessee State the loss here, so they will be 3-3 at this point in the season. So first 3 games, won. Next 3 games, they lost, so now they're at a .500. Heading into week 7, they play Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. I think this will actually be a pretty solid game. This is a home game, so it gives Middle Tennessee State a good opportunity to win this game. However, they're going to end up losing and going 3-4 in week 7. They're going to need some wins here soon, but luckily for them, they are going into the bye week the next week. Following that bye week, they play at UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, one of the many teams in Texas. This is an away game, but I do think this is the game that you guys start winning some games again here. They will beat UTEP. The next week, they play at Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech, it is an away game, mind you. Louisiana Tech has had some success recently. How much, I can't say for sure. I don't follow them too much, to be 100% honest with you. But I do think Middle Tennessee State will get the ball rolling here, and I do think Middle Tennessee State pulls off the win here. That will make them 5-4, and they're going to need one more win to become bowl eligible at this point. Heading into the next week, week 10, they play Charlotte. It is a home game. Charlotte isn't a team that is too formidable. I think that Middle Tennessee State should handle business at home here. They are going to get the win, and they become bowl eligible at 6-4. So suddenly they won their first 3 games, lost their next 3, and now they're bowl eligible. So now they go into week 11. They're playing Florida Atlantic at home. This one here looks like it is a very winnable game. However, with Florida Atlantic's recent success, I think that there's a good opportunity for Middle Tennessee State to drop the ball in this game because it's a home game that gives them an opportunity. It might be closer than people would suggest, and for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and say Florida Atlantic does win this game, and they are still 6-5 at this point. So heading into the final week, it is an away game at Florida International. With it being an away game, I think that, and especially with the traveling in between both the games like that, but it being the last game of the season, they are already bowl eligible, so they could slack off here a little bit. I don't think they do. I think they win this game. They go 7-5 heading into bowl season. They'll get a decent bowl, and we'll see kind of what they do from there. So the final record I have for them is 7-5 at this point. That could change. I will do a little bit more research on Middle Tennessee State too, but at this moment, 7-5 heading into that bowl game. And that's all I got on Middle Tennessee State today. So thanks for tuning in to Brando Sports World, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.